back to Digs of the Day. I'm your host, DJ Tricks, Season 2, Episode 26. And I recently went to a Goodwill in Torrance, California, and I picked up this stack here, and I just got home, and I was, really excited, man. It ain't every day you walk into a Goodwill and find some good stuff, stuff that you, at least that you like. So this is stuff that I actually really like. A lot of it I have already doubles and triples of, but I want to share just so people are aware, being that vinyl is now selling well and people are paying $20, $30 for some of these albums that I got for $1 each. The first one I picked up was Santana, the album. I don't know the title. Let's see what it is. It's the one that has No One to Depend On. Album was in fair shape. It's just titled Santana. It's a gatefold album, in case some of you might know what it is. Beautiful album. I believe I got one or two of them. I grew up on this music. My dad always playing Santana. My dad playing in bands that were similar to Santana, Malo, Tieta, groups like that, and the Midnighters. I always grew up with this music. So anytime I see it, I go back to it. I already got the plastics for them, cleaned them up. It's important that the stuff you find at the swap meets and the thrift stores that you clean up. Put new inserts if you have them too. Santana, good album. Check it out. Google the song No One to Depend On. Some of you may know who Malaman Ace is. He used part of that, or the guy that produced it, I believe it was Tony G, used part of that song there. No One to Depend On. Another one I found, this is a good album right here. It's George Santana, Carlos Santana's brother. And this album is really, really well. There's a song on here called Love the Way. If you never heard it, please take a moment and Google or YouTube George Santana, Love the Way. It's a beautiful song. This is a beautiful album here. Just some good music here. Grew up on this music too. My dad always playing it here. George Santana, this album came out in, there's no year here. I don't see the year. Oh man, I don't see the year. This has got to be 70s. I can't believe there's not a year here. This is a fantastic album, by the way, again. Check it out, George Santana. Again, YouTube, Love the Way, George Santana, so you can get a feel of it. I recently bought this album on eBay, sealed for, I believe, $15.99, about a year ago, barely, because, my dad has it, but I don't have it, but George Santana, you got to remember the girl with the bikini on there, and then you'll know what album to get, George Santana. If you ever see it, man, it almost be amazing if you actually seen that record, but hey, I found it at Goodwill 2 days ago, so if I found it, you can too. Tower of Power, found this one here. This may be their first album they made. This Time It's Real. That's a good song there. Tower of Power, good group, man. This is a good album here. Got it for $1. I got a few Tower of Power albums. Stephanie Mills for the first time. Never heard this album, but I'm looking forward to hearing it. Anything that looks like this I'm going to pick up, usually, especially if it's $1, because I don't want to pay $15 for it in 10 years. I want this album to be worth $20, $30 in 15 years to 20 years. So, especially if it has still had the plastic on it. Not only that, hoping to find maybe something I could sample on here, being that I'm a producer myself. Stephanie Mills, for the first time. This album, wow, I was shocked that this album was there. Bobo Motion, Willie Bobo. Grew up on this music too. My dad always playing Willie Bobo. This one's on Verb Records. Record was in excellent condition. I was surprised to actually see this at a Goodwill. I don't always see Willie Bobo records. This one actually has that song Evil Ways on it, the Santana one. So this one's actually a cover song. I like to hear other groups cover songs, and he did a fantastic job of covering Evil Ways. You got to check it out. Also has La Bamba on this album, Black Coffee, Night Walk, I Don't Know, Tuxedo Junction. Good album, man. If you guys ain't collecting Willie Bobo, you're missing out on some fantastic music. His son actually worked with the Beastie Boys, so make sure you check out Willie Bobo. The other one I got was Before Forever, Chick Corea. This is jazz music. Surprised I seen it. Still had the plastic on it. I've been from time to time through the years finding Chick Corea albums, and a lot of people talk highly of Chick Corea, but personally I've yet to find something that I really enjoyed. This album is a 1978 album, so hopefully this is something that I'm going to enjoy. Chick Corea, Before Forever. If that rings a bell, let us know. Another one I got was Festival Santana. Grew up on this album too. This is when Carlos Santana actually took a turn in his music career. He went, I don't know what if he's into Krishna or what he was into, or what he's still into, but there's a good song on here, Let the Children Play. Some of you might have heard it. That's Carlos Santana. This is actually, I guess, when he went solo. I've got a copy of this already, probably 2 or 3. But if I see it for $1, I know it goes for about 15 on eBay and Discogs. I'm gonna pick it up. Carlos Santana Festival. Found another. All these I found in the same pile, by the way. That was a lot of Jethro Tull albums too, and Eagles albums. The Eagles, but I left all those behind. I'm cool with all that classic rock stuff. I got plenty of it. Don't need no more of that stuff. Another one I got was My Spanish Heart, Chick Corea. This is a gatefold album here. Still haven't played these because they're still new, but this album is in really good condition right here. Like I said, I'm still trying to find some good Chick Corea. If you guys know any that I need to pick up, let me know, and I'll definitely be on the lookout for those. Got a Lou Rawls album, Sit Down and Talk to Me. This is on the Philadelphia International label, so 1979. Hopefully it's good, because another guy, Lou Rawls, I heard a lot of good stuff about him, but I haven't heard anything good on the albums that I got so far, so hopefully that one's pretty good. He looks a little older on there. Usually it seems when the guys and the groups, they look older on the covers, their music is sometimes not as good as the early days. I'm not saying that for that album, but hopefully that album is good. Another one I got was Back to Oakland, Tower of Power. Cool album right here. I don't think I had this one, so I got it now. Again, picked it up for $1. Found all these together in one spot. Grover Washington Jr., Feels So Good, arranged by Bob James. Looking forward to this. Some Grover Washington stuff I've got is actually pretty good. I think I probably have this one. So this one's on Kudo Records. It says it has in relation with CTI. So you know this one's probably good there. Grover Washington, Feels So Good. Another one I got was, this is a good one right here, Metal, Pink Floyd. This is actually the first one I seen when I walked into that Goodwill. It was about 3 crates there. If you guys watch this video on time and you live in Torrance, go to Torrance, because there's a whole bunch of other records that I left there that I already have triples and doubles of. So, but it wasn't this album, but man, Metal, Pink Floyd. I got a copy of this already. I actually sampled this for one of our songs that was on our CD back in the 90s. Echoes, yeah. This is a good album right here. It's not every day that I walk into a Goodwill and find a Pink Floyd Metal album, so I was pretty stoked out about that. When I seen that, I was like, oh boy, you gotta be kidding me. Then I had to make sure that it was actually the album, because sometimes you go in there and obviously you can tell it's the album there. It's on Harvest. You know, sometimes you see a good album in the Goodwill or thrift store, the swap meet or flea market, and you check the record and it's either damaged beyond recognition or it's a different record in there. But that one was in there, and that's a good thing. Another one I got was Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. Cool albums, got Shout on it. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, so I had to get that album too. Another one I picked up there, and this one I was very happy to find, because I almost bought this at a record shop almost a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, and I was going to pay $9.99 for it. It's George Benson, Good King Bad. And this one actually, I believe, has that sample that Common Sense used on I Used to Love Her. Is it this album? I believe it is. I haven't played it yet. But this album was in good condition too. It's on CTI, so I was really happy to get it. I don't have this George Benson album. Well, I got it now, but for $1, man, I made out. George Benson, another guy, all his early works are must-haves for the serious vinyl collector or music listener. You got to have this album, good album, George Benson. I got a lot of good George Benson albums. I kind of stay away from the Give Me the Night and Breezing stuff, because it's a little too poppy sounding, you know, like pop music, you know. But this stuff here is what you want to get. Anything George Benson, CTI, or any relative labels like that, you got to pick it up. Another one I picked up was Tower of Power, The Slot. Never seen this album, never even known it existed, so I was glad to see this one too. I almost didn't buy it, but I don't got it, so I got it. I had to get it. This one's on the Burbank Warner Brothers record label with the trees. So haven't played it yet, but looking forward to it. I had to get this one too. And that's basically the ones I got. Again, if you live in Torrance, California, and you're watching this video in a timely fashion, you want to get down there and buy the rest of them. I left a lot down there. And lastly, I got was Cosmic Messenger, Gene Lock Ponty. Still haven't played it. I've got another album by him, and it sounds kind of a little bit weird. But I couldn't let this one stay behind because the way it looks, you know, with the musician stuff down there, looks like a guy floating in the sky behind the North Star. Record was in good condition. I think it was going for like $10 on eBay, so I had to pick it up. It's 1977. Don't know what it sounds like, but Gene, is that his name? Gene is Jean, middle name Luc, Ponty, Jane Luck Ponty, Cosmic Messenger. So yeah, these are the ones I picked up. Got to keep digging, man. Got to keep going. Picked up 3 today in Goodwill in Redondo Beach, so hopefully I'll be sharing that on the next one. These ones, I picked up 15 of them. Just excited to have found them, man. Like I said, you know, it's not every day I walk into a Goodwill and walk out with records. You know, sometimes I'll go into Goodwill and there'll be just a bunch of, you know, Andy Williams records and Christmas records, man. I ain't buying none of that stuff. I'll walk out. But if I see anything that's soul or jazz or hip hop or stuff that I just, you know, shared, I'm definitely going to pick it up. Because this is the stuff I grew up on. A lot of Santana records I got in there. The Willie Bobo record, the Tower of Power. Man, those are good records right there. That's solid music. I know it's not, you know, the Digger specials. Again, this ain't a show where I try to pull out my illest records and show them off. This is a show of what it is the digs of the day. These are the digs that I got today or yesterday, actually. And, yeah, so that's how this show works out. These are the digs that I find. And I share what I find to let people know out there that are buying records at Urban Outfitters and FYE and Whole Foods and places like that are paying $29, $39, $49 for these records that I just showed you that you could actually find them in good condition for $1. Again, thanks for watching Digs of the Day, episode 26. I'm DJ Tricks.